first chance of the game. It's special. What a goal. Everybody talked about. Victory after rest.
Arsenal mustn't panic. Gunners are still clearly the Premier League's best team, despite recent wobble, but throwing away title from here would end Mikel Arteta project. It's not every day that this version of Arsenal lose. In fact, Saturday's late 2-1 defeat at Aston Villa was just their second defeat of the 2-5-2026 season, following on from August's 1-0 loss at Liverpool, a result which hasn't aged well at all in glorious hindsight. There's still, however, a feeling that the Gunners are under increasing pressure to deliver this season more than any before under Mikel Arteta. The Premier League title favourites heading into this campaign were the reigning champion Reds, who spent over £400 million or $533 million on new signings, such as Alexander Isak and Florian Wirtz over the summer. Arsenal splashed the cash as well to the tune of a cool £250 million, though this was largely on squad reinforcements rather than flash new starters. But as we exited the autumn and entered winter, it was clear that Arteta's men are the best team in England. If not the most complete side, they are the most reliable. What helped was the lack of a serious challenger coming up the rear. That picture has changed again, however. After this latest setback, Arsenal sit only 2 points clear of Manchester City in the table, and 3 ahead of Saturday's conquerors Villa. It gives the impression that there is a title race to be had, and though the Gunners are still in line to finish first, they cannot afford to be dragged back into a battle when it seemed 4 weeks as though there wasn't one on the horizon. Arsenal's 4-1 demolition of North London rivals Tottenham on November 23rd propelled their season to new heights. Summer signing Gebrselassie, who was acquired from under Spurs' noses at the 11th hour, bagged a hat-trick to send his new side 6 points clear of second-place Chelsea, with their next Premier League fixture coming at Stamford Bridge. A 3-1 win against Bayern Munich in the Champions League effectively confirmed Arsenal's status as the best team in Europe at the moment, too. The energy exerted into those outings, however, almost certainly took a toll on their next 3 performances. Starting against Enzo Maresca's Blues, Chelsea dominated the opening proceedings in West London, in similar fashion to how they eventually tore apart Barcelona earlier that week, before Moises Caicedo's red card threatened to turn the tide. However, Trevoh Chalobah headed the hosts into an arguably deserved lead after the break, with Mikel Merino coming to the Gunners' rescue to salvage a point. Arsenal registered 8 shots to Chelsea's 11, despite that one-man advantage for a sizable chunk of the contest. Arteta's men returned to winning ways with a 2-0 victory at home to Brentford the following Wednesday, but they were made to work every inch for those 3 points by Keith Andrews' dogged side. The week culminated with conceding in the 4th minute of added time at Villa Park, bringing an end to Arsenal's 18-match unbeaten run across all competitions, and was the second time their last 3 away games they had been breached with so little left on the clock, following on from November's 2-2 draw at Sunderland. Prior to the Villa defeat, Jamie Carragher wrote an article for the Daily Telegraph in which he claimed there is a danger Arsenal want it too much. He praised Arteta for building a team ready to finally win the title, but stressed he needs to improve in the emotional management department if they were to end their 22-year wait to become Kings of England again. There was a feeling in the past couple of years that the Arsenal players, coaching staff and fanbase has a habit of using too much emotional energy too soon, Carragher wrote. Too often it feels like the title run-in starts from August, every setback received in the context that anything less than 90 points could be fatal to title hopes. When big wins have come, there have been ecstatic scenes involving senior players which have been more in common with sides sealing title-defining victories. All of them proved premature. It was never a case of being the celebration police to wag a finger at people savouring the moment. Supporters should embrace every 3 points as the most important yet. However, players and staff need to remain composed and move on to the next game. The alternative might drain energy too soon, something Arsenal have been accused of over the last 3 years. They just need to keep doing their stuff, not getting too high after a win or too down after a setback. This should be their time.